Hello you guys, I'm Bookfabiohart coming back with another video. I want to get a couple things off real quick before I jump into the meat and potatoes of the video. First and foremost, I got 2 spots left for the coaching. Okay, I'm not doing coaching at all, or I'm not offering any new coaching for 2021, but from last year I do have 2 spots available. One is with the fogger, one is without the fogger. I have 1 fogger left. So here's the deal, so it don't be any misunderstanding about it. Okay, so if you want the lead generation, you want the 12-month coaching, you want the paperwork, and then the free fogger, it's going to only cost you $1,500. That's for the entire set. Now, if you don't need the paperwork, then it's only going to cost you $1,000. Okay, I only have the 1 fogger available, so but I have 2 positions, or 2 spots left, I should say. Okay, for those that might be interested. So with the paperwork, it'll be $1,500. Without the paperwork, it'll only be $1,000. Okay, so but the fogger is going to come with the one for the $1,500. If you want that package, you'll be able to get the fogger with that. Okay, so there you have it with that. I'll reiterate that by the end of the video. So let me go ahead and jump right into it, guys. So here's the thing: customer retention we're going to talk about, and we're also going to talk about employee retention. Okay, here's the thing: so many people have emailed me over time. They say, well, Fabio, I'm getting these contracts, but I'm losing them about as quickly as I get them. And the thing is I think that a lot of people are doing what I used to do when I first started. It's almost a drug. It's almost an addiction when you get the very first account, because now you believe that you can get more and more accounts, which you can, but you still can't lose focus of the accounts that you already have, right? Okay, so it's kind of like having a baby, but not raising that baby and having another baby, right? You want to raise that baby, right? You don't want to keep having babies, right? So the thing, it's the same thing. So the thing is that you want to raise the first baby, right? Get used to it, right? Nurture it, right? Employ somebody to help you with the baby, right? In that regard. And then you want to move on and you get the, getting new contracts and so forth and so forth. But I think a lot of people are in such a rush to go ahead and get new contracts that they forget that they have to please the current contracts. Okay, so you don't want to get that misconstrued, guys. You want to keep your head on a swivel as a result, as a resort to the keeping of your client, right? As it pertains to, I should say, the keeping of your client. Okay, you don't want to get that misconstrued at all. Now, I'm gonna come back to that, but let's hop over to employee retention. A lot of you guys are just finding people. You're hiring your cousin, you're hiring your family, different things like this, and you're not really focusing on a system, on a hiring type of system. Okay, this is something that you have to develop, right? When I first started my commercial cleaning business, guys, no one told me how to hire. No one told me how to market. I mean, you give and take, people gave me some ideas and different things like that. But until you actually do it is when you're going to figure it all out, okay? A lot of people, even in my coaching, they get mad. They say, well, Fabio, I hired this person and it didn't work and this, that, and the third. I tell them, hey, you got to take your time, and this is going to happen. Okay, this is going to happen. It still happened to me today. Now, it's a little bit different now because we got systems in place. I got supervisors, etc., etc. But the thing is that in the very, very beginning, I was running up against the same thing that you guys were running up against. Okay, I was having people quit on me. I was having people do no call, no shows, right? I would have people fill out an application, come to the interview, do all of that stuff just to not to show up the first day, right? Which is what a lot of you guys got going on. Okay, take your time. Just because you interview someone do not mean you have to hire them. Go through the process of elimination, okay? As I always say, always be hiring. That's another thing that you guys are forgetting to do. You hire 2 or 3 people and then you stop accepting applications. Okay, you stop doing interviews. You say, well, I got enough this. No, always be doing interviews. Always be hiring, right? That way, if it doesn't work with one person, you don't have to go ahead and so much interview somebody new. You already got an idea based on some interviews that you did, and you'll say, well, you know what, I'll hire this person, or I'll hire that person because I've already spoke to them, I got a good vibe from them, so forth and so forth. And even once you hire them, there's no guarantee that they'll stay with you, okay? But you have to, again, you have to implement some type of training, okay? You can't just throw them in the box and say, hey, shoot for the moon, make it do what it do, okay? You have to literally show them, okay? I don't care if it's an old person, young person. you have to explain to them what needs to be done at this particular contract, how they want it done, the appropriate way to get it done, okay? And if that means you got to babysit, I know a lot of you have jobs and different things like that. If you have a boyfriend, you have a girlfriend, you have a grandma, you have a mom, hey, somebody needs to be there, right? Because you don't know this person. This is the first building you have. You know, already worked your 30 to 60 days in, perhaps, or maybe you just throwing them right in the box. You train them a few days and stuff like that. Again, you want to have somebody there, okay? This is just my suggestion. This is my opinion of things. Other people might tell you different, but I feel like you want to have somebody there. Number one, you don't want no computers walking off the table. You don't want anybody stealing out the candy jar, right? You don't want no mishaps, okay? So if you can't give that undivided attention to your new employee, then do it yourself. Be a one-man operation. Now, in doing that, which I've had a lot of people say, well, Fabio, I think I'm gonna just be a one-man operation. I'm gonna just do it myself. You're gonna stunt your growth, right? Because you have to be everything. You're gonna tire yourself out, okay? I know all about that, guys. I was like that in the very, very beginning before I even hired anybody, okay? So again, you want to do it 30 to 60 days in, you know, yourself, right? And then you put a body in there. Or if you're just gonna throw a body in there, at least make sure you know what the hell to do, okay? So that way you can train that person. Now, you might have to do some babysitting. You might have to kind of show up more frequent, or have a supervisor if you're able to afford that, or have your assistant if you're able to afford that, your mom, your cousin, whoever, somebody that you trust, to show up and essentially make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. Okay, there's no right or wrong way to run this business. There's no right or wrong way to hire. Okay, again, you don't know until you just get out there and get to doing stuff. The same thing with your contractors, okay? If you got subcontractors doing it, some people they don't have employees, they have maybe like a brother and sister team. They have a mom and pop team, or a sister team, or a brother team, somebody working for them on their behalf, okay? And that's fine too. I don't care if it's W-2 or if it's subcontractor. You guys have to implement some type of training, okay? When you first got your first job, or the job you at now, right, they didn't just show you, I hope they didn't just show you 1 day or 2 days and just expect you to know everything, right? Over time, as you went more and more and you got used to doing it, you learned exactly what was the nature of your job, okay? And this is the exact same thing. You can't think, well, everybody know how to clean. That's not true. Everybody don't know how to clean. Or you can't say, well, I know how to clean my house, so I know how to clean a building. It's not true. It's kind of like a right and wrong way to do it, right? Even with mopping, and you don't want to keep running the vacuum cleaner up the baseboards, right? You scuff the baseboards up, now the baseboards are scuffed. So again, little things like that. You don't want to be mopping the floor and then you're slinging the mop up against the baseboards. Now you got dirty water splashed on the baseboards or on the wall, right? So it is technique to it. It's a little bit of art to it, right? But they got a lot of videos on the internet that'll show you how to do that, on YouTube or whatever the case, how to properly do mopping, how to properly do like vacuuming, okay? So again, not to really too much get off subject, guys, I do want to let you guys know that you have to put together systems. You have to put together systems, okay? I'm going to keep saying that. You hear me say that last year, the year before last. That's because I totally believe that everything as a whole, all your systems as a whole, whether it's HR, whether it's your payroll service, all of that wrapped up into one, puts together your business, put together your organization, put together your company, okay? That's what makes your company. Your company is comprised of a lot of different systems that's implemented, okay? And once you implement them the right way, once you get the gist of it, everything can run smooth sailing, okay? I got a lot of people even in the coaching, they say, well, Fabio, I want to do this thing on autopilot, but they don't have the basics out the way, right? They can't, every time they hire somebody, they quit on them. Or they hire somebody and they got to chase that person down. Again, I don't want you guys chasing anybody down. Whether you're in the coaching or you're just watching the video, you just discovered me. By the way, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, guys. I would greatly appreciate that. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Okay, it helps with the algorithm. I would love that. I would like for you to do that. I appreciate that. Okay, but like I say, no matter what niche market you're in, I don't care if you're just window cleaning, it's technique to it. Okay, I don't care if you're carpet cleaning, it's technique to it. Okay, but when you go to hire somebody, make sure you're actually training them. Okay, as far as your customers, to double back on that, you have to give them your undivided attention. Okay, you was very excited when you got your very first contract. Okay, but now you have a second contract and you're like, okay, well, I got to pay more attention to the second contract. Okay, so that means you're going to pay less attention to the first contract? That's not what that means. You have to stay consistent with that, because it will show up in your workload. Okay, make sure you have a checklist. You also get that with my paperwork, right? Make sure you have a checklist. Okay, excuse me. So that way your employees at the bottom, they sign and date it, and the contact person at the site or the company sign and date it. Okay, this just lets me know that they verified, they checked everything off, everything was verified, my employee signed and dated, and my contact person signed the data, or the office person. We need a signature from somebody. Okay, it don't necessarily have to be there, but that just let us know that they looked at this, they reviewed it, they signed off on it, and they dated. Okay, I think that's very, very important. Okay, even on your walkthroughs, it's okay to take a checklist. I talk a lot about this in my coaching and different things like that, but it's okay to take a checklist. It's okay to revise it as you go along, because sometimes it might be things that say on my checklist that's not, or some things that they want you to do that's not on my checklist. You just have to add it on there, right? Okay, and this helped with time management, right? This helped with the fluctuation of, you know, your employee working overtime and whatever, because he or she don't know how to get things done in the time. Again, all of this put together, guys, make up your system. Okay, but you don't want them to rush their account, but you want them to get it done in a timely fashion. You have to train them, but if you don't know what to do, if you don't know how to do that, then it's hard to train somebody to do that. Okay, so hopefully you guys definitely understand where I'm coming from. Again, if you have any further questions, comments, concerns, guys, you can always leave it right here on the video. Myself or my assistant Jasmine will be able to, you know, comment back with you. Also, you can always hit us up at Hollywood Janitorial Serve. Serve is SERV at gmail.com. Hollywood Janitorial Serve at gmail.com. And one of either myself or my assistant will be able to help you guys with any further information. Lastly, like I said at the top of the video, guys, if you're interested in the coaching, I have 2 spots left. Okay, one is with the fogger, one is not. Okay, I'm not offering any coaching for the rest of 2021. Okay, so you won't hear me talk about we're opening up new. We're not doing that for the rest of 2021. Okay, so I got a lot of people in. I still have a spot left from last year, and then I just added another spot on just because a lot of people have been asking me about it. Okay, so again, it's first come, first serve. If you want the fogger, the paperwork, the lead generation, and the actual 12-month coaching, it's going to be $1,500. The fogger is free, you know, for that if you want that. Okay, if you want just the lead generation, the coaching, that'll be $1,000. Okay, that's minus the paperwork. Okay, so whichever one you need. I know some people have emailed me to say, well, Fabio, I don't need the paperwork, I just want the coaching and the lead gen. And I know some people say, hey, Fabio, I want all of it. I need all of it. I need the paperwork, lead gen, and the coaching. Okay, so if you want the lead gen, the coaching, and the paperwork with the free fogger, the fogger is going to come with that particular package. It's going to be $1,500 out the door. Okay, again, it's first come, first serve. Okay, this can be the most incredible offer, the most incredible coaching of your entire life, because I'm going to give you some gems. Okay, I'm going to give you some of the things that I haven't even spoke about in any of the videos, some of the new things that I'm doing with the COVID and the fog and different things like that. Okay, and again, this can be one of the most incredible investments of your entire life if you so decide to invest. Okay, and this is investing in you. Okay, investing in your business. Okay, again, either or. If you need the lead gen, paperwork, coaching, with the free fogger, it's going to be $1,500 out the door. Again, the fogger's free. We're not taxing for that. Okay, and then the paper, the lead gen and the regular 12-month coaching is going to be just for $1,000. Okay, so again, email me right now if you're interested in that at hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. hollywoodjanitorialserve@gmail.com. Once again, it's first come, first serve. And I'm going to leave you with this: the only person that could ever stop you from starting up your own dreams and making it to the top is you. Take care, guys.